Hey y'all, it's your girl Dory Asia, and I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about revenge bedtime procrastination. Dun dun dun. As you can see, I am in my bathroom today, so I will be doing a little hairstyle. I'm gonna be starting on an old blowout. This blowout is about a week old, and we're gonna try to revive it because someone don't feel like washing their hair. I'm someone. I'm just gonna do a little cute do while we talk about what revenge bedtime procrastination is. I will be looking this way for some of the time as I do my hair, because I gotta see in the mirror or whatever. So let's go ahead and define revenge bedtime procrastination. So it's basically getting revenge for your busy daytime schedule by fitting in leisure time or me time at the end of the day when you're supposed to be asleep. I didn't even know it was a thing until I randomly saw it somewhere and I looked it up to see what it was, and I was like, oh my God, that's me, because I be in bed knowing damn well I'm supposed to be sleeping, but I'm catching up on the social media I didn't do during the day, catching up on some research things that I didn't get to research during the day, or maybe editing YouTube videos when I should be asleep. This applies especially if you are a mom. I'm of course speaking from the millennial mom point of view, but you're a mom who works, if you stay home with your kid, if you work from home, any amount of things you're always giving to other people. And it feels like the only time that we have for ourselves is at night when we're about to go to sleep. And it ends up just stabbing us in the back because you don't go to sleep, but yet you still wake up at the same time. You're now getting less sleep, which then causes sleep deprivation. And it may not seem harmful on the surface of it all because you're like, oh, what's a little 20 minutes? But then that 20 minutes will then turn into an hour. And the less sleep that you're getting, the more things you have to worry about. So sleep deprivation can affect many parts of your life in ways that you might not even think of immediately. And if you're already suffering from sleep deprivation because you're a new mom, I'm gonna need you to get it together, okay? So sleep deprivation can affect your mood, causing irritability. You'd be easily irritated off of the smallest things. I know for a fact I struggle with this, and all I can do is ask for forgiveness when it happens, because I can be a firecracker sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. So I just have to watch my tone, but you gotta watch it extra. When you're sleep deprived, you can't even think straight. So then there's mental fogginess. You might start forgetting things. You become forgetful. It can increase anxiety and depression, or it can cause high blood pressure, exhaustion, low energy. Because think about it. When you're sleeping, your body is recovering from the day, right? You need sleep in order to function how you would normally function. The body needs sleep in order to repair itself. It needs rest so that you are able to exert that same amount of energy day after day after day. It needs the sleep in order to heal itself. So if you're sick, when you go to the doctor, what do they tell you to do the most? They tell you to rest. Because when you're resting, your body is able to do what it needs to do. Okay? So if you're standing around being sleep deprived because you want your me time, I'm gonna need you to stop, reevaluate, because I had to do the same thing. Think about the steps that you're now going to take in order to be better, right? Hashtag be better. We have to find a way to stop this vicious cycle, because if it keeps going, you're not setting yourself up for success. You are not going to be able to do the simplest things that you want to do. Those New Year's resolutions that you have, start. If you are a revenge bedtime procrastinator, I implore you to start there, because once you do, I'm sure you will gain all the motivation and energy, most importantly, that you need in order to accomplish all the goals that you have for yourself. If you're listening to me talk right now and you're still kind of confused on what exactly it is, I'll give it to you from my point of view, from my experience. So for me, all day long, I'm with my son most of the time. And believe it or not, kids are really demanding. Even though they like to play and stuff, you can hold them off for a couple hours, but they're demanding. If he needs his diaper changed, if he needs to eat, needs a snack, needs lunch made, needs breakfast made, needs dinner made. He can't play with himself all day long, so I have to entertain him and play with him. And I can't have him sitting in front of the TV all day long. So we have to come up with activities to do. And then on top of that, usually we are working our business that we have. So on top of caring for the boy, I'm then working our business, and it never stops. Okay? And it's during the day where I usually feel, when I do have maybe 15 minutes or so, I'm usually so exhausted and so strained that for those 15 minutes, instead of doing something, I guess, productive, because for me, when I do my leisure time at night, I'm usually doing something that I should have done during the day, like being productive or, just working on something. And sometimes it is just scrolling on Instagram. So when those moments happen during the day, moments that I can take to myself and say, you know what, let me do XYZ. I'm usually binge watching a TV show, for example, something that could have waited until I actually have free time. For me, being able to fix bedtime procrastination is being able to manage your time more effectively, because that's most of the reason why I can't do enough of what I want to during the day. But what I also realized through trial and error is that the mind and you are physically more productive during the day, during the morning time. I remember one time I decided to leave home early to go to work so I can get there with enough time to do a task that I wanted to do. And I was boom, 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 writing it. And I had all the ideas were just flowing, the creativity was flowing. And I was just like, oh, so this is what it's like to do my personal work during the day as opposed to the night, because I found that I would always put off what I want to do until nighttime when everybody is laying in bed and sleeping and not gonna bother me and not gonna be like, mom, babe. No offense to you, babe, but it happens. So now that we've defined what revenge bedtime procrastination is, and I've shared with you how I struggle with it personally, now we're gonna talk about how to fix it, because it's ghetto, seriously. So we're gonna talk about some tips on how to beat revenge bedtime procrastination. Tip number 1, reframe how you think about sleep. Get excited to go to bed. Get excited to get that rest that you need, that you deserve, because of all the things that you've done through the day, or not done through the day. Because if you had a lazy day, then there's that too. But get excited for going to bed and feeling renewed and being healed while you're sleeping, because our bodies are amazing. I'll tell you that, okay? Tip 2, create a bedtime ritual. So every night around the same time, at least shoot for the same time every day, because at least that way you know that you'll be in bed around the same time every day. So for example, if your bedtime ritual takes an hour, start an hour before the time that you want to be in bed, ready to go to sleep. So for example, if you want to be in bed by 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock hits, set an alarm if you have to. When 8 o'clock hits, it's time to do that bedtime ritual, whether it be putting on some soothing music, lighting some incense, a candle or something, then going in with a skincare routine if you have one, showering, brushing your teeth, anything that you do to let your body know that it's time for bed. Do it. It will then send the signals to your body. We're getting ready for bed. It's time for bed. So wind down, relax, etc., etc. You are getting your mind and your body ready for bed, prepped and primed and ready to go to sleep. Tip number 3, better plan your days so that you're able to fit in that leisure and me time, or just stuff that you need to get done. Be better organized with your time. Have better time management, because that's what it all comes down to, is time. And there's only 24 hours in the day. As my friend Smitty likes to say, only 24 hours in the day, and you need to maximize them. So that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna maximize the 24 hours that you have every single day so that you are able to be your best self. One thing that you can do to better plan your day would be to get a planner. You can get a planner, you could do a daily planner, monthly planner. I would recommend doing both of them so you can have a monthly overview of what needs to get done. But that daily planner is where the goods are at, because that's where we're struggling. If you're watching this video, you are most likely struggling with what I'm struggling with this bedtime procrastination. So getting a daily planner is what is important so you can plan your day by the hour. And of course, we're not gonna be able to stick to our schedule 100% of the time, but if you at least take the step to plan out your day accordingly, you at least have an idea of everything that needs to get done, as opposed to forgetting what needs to get done, doing other stuff, and then remembering when you are about to go to sleep, and then that's when you do it. So that's one thing. Having everything down, already written out, whether that be a digital planner that you have on your iPad or your phone, or an actual physical book, or even just a sticky note to start with, okay? Don't get caught up in the logistics of it all, because in the grand scheme of things, as long as you're getting it done, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how it looks, okay? Just find a way that works for you and stick to it. So getting that daily planner, if you have to literally map out what time you have meetings, what time you want to eat breakfast, what time you want to shower, what time you want to work out, what time you want to go outside, what time you want to go to the gym, what time you want to go on a walk, what time you want to go out for that happy hour with your friends. Literally, any and everything. Write it down. This will also help you with being just more organized and not flaking on your friends when they ask you to come out. That's not a shot towards anyone, I'm just saying. Recently, whenever I set a date with somebody, like, oh, we're going to happy hour this day, I put it in my calendar, because the way this mom brain be working, it don't. So I need to remember, and that's what I do for me so that I remember. Even if it's just using the calendar app in your phone. Use any tool to plan your day, and I promise, not only will you be better with time management, but you will be more productive. And as I'm making this video, I have already implemented making better use of my time during the day so that I can accomplish the things that I want to do. I'm gonna keep on saying this. Like I've said in my last 2 videos, the things that I want to accomplish daily include meditating, reading, and yoga, some type of physical activity, yoga, working out, something. And so far so good. Since the year has started, I've been on track. And I feel really good about it. It's making me happy that I'm able to make that promise to myself and then follow through. I haven't started with the actual physical planning of my day yet. I will probably start that tomorrow, but let's make this a 30-day challenge. If you suffer from revenge bedtime procrastination, leave a comment below. And let me know how you plan on not suffering from revenge bedtime procrastination anymore. Comment below the steps that you're going to take, the tips that you're going to use in order to be better. Tip number 4, put the phone away. When you're laying in bed, no. Once that bedtime routine has started, put the phone away. If you don't say, oh, I use my phone to play music and blah, blah. Put the song on, put it away. Put the phone away. Seriously. I'm going so hard talking about it right now because I'm really looking at myself, talking to myself, because I need to put the phone away too. But that's beside the point. So long as that phone is in your hand, it is going to stop you from being great. It is going to stop you from accomplishing what you set out to accomplish. Tip number 5. Know your sleep cues and don't ignore them. If you like to yawn a lot, if you start getting itchy, if your eyes start blinking really slow when you get tired, take notice of that and then listen to them. Listen to your body. If you're feeling heavy and you know you're falling asleep, let's say you're watching TV and you're falling asleep, you know it's time for sleep, okay? Your body tells you when it's time for sleep. When you're starting to feel tired, don't ignore it. Take your butt up and go to sleep. So yes, we're gonna make this a 30-day challenge, okay? So if you're watching this video and you suffer from revenge bedtime procrastination, let me know down below what tips you're gonna use in order to be better, because it is imperative that our bodies are rested and healed and restored so that they're able to work optimally for what we need them to do. So in 30 days, I'm gonna check back in and let y'all know my progress and what's changed, what hasn't changed. Do I feel better? Do I not feel better? Was I even successful in keeping up with it? So it will definitely be a challenge for me, but I am definitely up to the challenge. All this new year energy is within me, so I'm gonna take advantage of that and just try to make myself better. Be better. The only limit is your mind. Don't forget it. We'll be back next week. We might get into a little weight loss journey situation. Don't forget that this is a hair channel. What is it though? It's the bounce for me. But I'll catch y'all next week though. All right. Peace and out.